So I just wanted to take a minute to come on and kind of post an update because I haven't really been posting on the channel. So I wanted you to know, what happened and where I'm at now, for the people that have been sending prayers and love and messages, and I really appreciate it. So I did have my son. He was supposed to be born on the 10th of February. I did not make it that long. I went into labor the night of the 4th, and I finally went to the hospital, I want to say about like 2:30 in the morning on the 5th. So they did the C-section just as planned. It wasn't like an emergency where they gotta, crazy rip you open, and it wasn't like that. I had the C-section done because of my hips and my back. I would not have been able to spread my legs open far enough to push a baby out. So for most of you that have been watching the other updates, I had pelvic girdle pain, and I also had sciatica during my pregnancy. I had them so bad that I lost use of my left leg, which is why we have the crutches. And I was having back spasms, and it was a mess. So I am doing better. The sciatica is pretty much completely gone. Like, I still feel the effects of that every now and then, but for the most part, that's gone. That is thanks to a good chiropractor. So, who I was also seeing during my pregnancy, but I had to stop going because I could no longer sit in a car. It was just entirely too painful. It was too much. I couldn't get myself in and out anymore of the car. I couldn't drive anymore. So, yeah. The leg issue is coming back. They want to see how much it comes back on its own, within a month or two. And then I may need to have physical therapy. So they are liking the progress that I'm making on my own. So we're going to see about that next. But I named my son Nasir, and he was 6 pounds, 7 ounces at birth. He was 19.5 inches long. He was perfectly healthy. Mom was the only one who had complications during that pregnancy, thank God. So he is a little bit over a month old now. So I'm going to put pictures in at the end of this video. I'm going to put a picture in from today, and I'm going to put a couple of pictures in from, like firstborn, and maybe another one in between. Now it's time to take care of the cancer issue. So if you don't know, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in October when I was pregnant with my son. That was such a painful, horrible pregnancy. There was nothing they could do for the pain because I was pregnant. So I kind of put it off a little bit until I healed up a little bit, until I was able to kind of lay down in a bed. I'm still not able to lay in a bed, so it's getting a little bit better. I have a recliner, so it pretty much goes, it doesn't go all the way back, but it goes pretty far back. So I'm working my way up to being able to lay in a bed again. My hip still hurts me at times, but it's nothing like that it was. So now that, like I said, now that that's over, now we can get started on the cancer issue. So, the cancer thing. I have to have a mastectomy, and I also need to undergo chemo. So after they do the mastectomy and they run the pathology reports, and they see, how many lymph nodes were affected, and the severity of it all, I guess, they'll tell me how many rounds of chemo I need to do. So that's a thing that's coming next. I did change the channel name because if you noticed, I don't just do like recipes over here. We're going to start doing more of the everyday life. So I did change it to something else. I hear we never hear sirens where I live. That's very odd for here. But I think that the last 5-6 months have been very hard mentally. When I came home, I was in so much pain and my back was so messed up I couldn't even hold my son for 6 days. When I was in the hospital, he was pretty much in the nursery that was there because I was in so much pain. And I would try to hold him, and I would try to like use the pillow, and it would just make it worse. So the doctors told me, I know you just had a baby, I know this is hard, but you may need to kind of heal a little bit before you're able to hold him. And I had to take some time, that 6 days, and just kind of let other people take care of him. And since I want to say December, I also have a 16-month-old son. His name is Amir. And I couldn't hold him either. I couldn't have him on my lap. It was awful. And when I came home from the hospital from having Nasir, and Amir's little, so he trips over something, or he feels some type of way, he has a tantrum, he wouldn't come to mommy for comfort because all that time, I couldn't really hold him. I could talk to him next to me, but I couldn't hold him. So I felt horrible. And that's better now because I can stand unassisted for a little while without the crutches. And I can't pick up anything very heavy. I really can't bend down to the floor. I can bend down to the floor if I'm holding on to something. So, unfortunately, I just had a very severe case of both, the pelvic girdle pain and the sciatica. And I'm sure the cancer doesn't help. I did have MRIs done on the hip, and I had, an ultrasound on the abdomen, and I had a chest x-ray done, just so they could make sure that, because breast cancer has a habit of getting out of its area and kind of invading other spaces. So that is not the case. They did make sure that my hip, the thing that was ailing me, wasn't something connected to this. So that's, I was cleared for that. But it's been a very long, very, very, very long last 4 months. And I'm, happy that the baby is here. The baby is healthy. And I'm looking forward to just getting, into this next thing and just getting that done. And after this, just getting life back. Because it's like all, this kind of consumes you when you have such a diagnosis, and the fact that I was pregnant. I just think that I just, in my mind, keep telling myself, just get through the mastectomy, just get through the chemo. 2022 is going to be about healing and getting my health back together. And then, 2023 is the come up with the little, whatever you want to call it. But I'm trying to stay Facebook for women that have breast cancer. And I can kind of air my grievances out there if I need to. And there's other women that are going through it, that have been through it, that, you know, came back from it. They're in remission, they're healthy. Some women, you know, have been in remission for 25 years. So if you are going through this, I highly suggest that you reach out to a support group, whether you can find one at your local hospital. You know, ask your oncologists, your surgeons if you have to. There's support online all over the place. If you can't, you know, I know COVID is still a little crazy in some areas. So if you can't physically get to a support group, you know, there's help, and there's no reason for you to do it alone. And I found that family and friends, they, you know, they mean well and they want to help, but I think some people are just scared of cancer. And I think that seeing someone so close to you going through something like that is very scary to people. And you know, some people in my life have pulled away, and some people have stepped closer. So I don't hold it against the people that pulled away, because I think that's more about them than it is about me or you if you're going through it. I think that it's something that is internally, you know, I think at the end of the day it's fear, because it is a hard thing to see people go through. My grandmother had cancer, and, you know, it was very hard to watch that. She ended up passing from it, and the decline in a person who is so strong and, you know, strong-willed and vibrant and full of life, and to see that happen, and just to see somebody shrivel up and pass away is horrible. So I understand why people kind of pull away a little bit. And I don't hold it against anybody that has, you know, that pulled away. They're not all the way away. They're just like, you know, I think too, some people don't know what to say when you know, when you're dealing with a person who has cancer. I mean, what really do you say? There's really nothing you can do to make it better, you know? All you can do is really tell people that, hey, I'm here if you want to vent, if you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to smash a glass, I'm here. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts upon that. I didn't expect this video to be this long. Like I said, I'm going to post the journey here. I'm, you know, I don't want to beat my family and my boyfriend down about it, because constantly saying things to people all the time about it, I think that gets not old, but this is how I see the cancer thing. So I'm going through cancer. I have it, right? But my family is also going through cancer. So sometimes, you know, I think people just need a break mentally. So I try not to like bombard them with my fears and my thoughts, and it's not that they don't want to hear it. It's just I can see the toll that it takes, and I know when someone needs a break. You know what I mean? Like, I know. That's why I found other people who have gone through this, so I can tell them the gut-wrenching, honest truth about how I feel. And it not, you know, it's not so jarring to them, because they probably felt like that too. So I'm going to start making more videos. We're going to start kind of getting into stuff again. You're going to see me on the crutches for a while. So, you know, I have some things to catch up on, because I wasn't able to do, you know, a lot at the end there. So I have a lot of things that need to get done, and they're probably not going to get done right now because there's some things I cannot still do, but I'm going to try my best to knock a lot of stuff out. Today I'm going to be working on organizing the kitchen a little bit. I can't stand clutter. I can't stand it. So the kitchen has a little bit of, clutter in some areas, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to work on that today. The cabinets are a mess. There's people, the kids have just been kind of throwing stuff in there and taking stuff out, and you can imagine how that looks. So I'm going to work on that to get that back together. I have some laundry I need to do, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to take you along for that, but I do have a prep video that will be coming out probably tomorrow, so keep your eyes open for that. But like I said, I'm back to making videos, so anybody who sent me any prayers, any messages, any comments, anything that, we're just kind of like, hey, I'm thinking about you, I'm praying, I haven't seen you post in a while, what's happening. I really do appreciate that, to me, that just shows a kindness and a love, and, I can't thank anybody enough for just having me in your prayers, because this is and was a very difficult time. So, like I said, keep your eyes peeled, and we're going to be pumping out new videos, and I'll see you in the next one.